Hey boo, back in the days of The Secret, everybody was talking about raising your vibration. And from there, it became more about raising your frequency, raising your frequency. And then it became about getting into alignment. And these are all powerful sounding things. And the more you hear them, you think, well, I've really got to go around raising I was trying to raise my vibe, and now I've got to raise my frequency. But it also can feel like really confusing and out of reach and out there somewhere in some other dimension, and you're trying to make sense of it and think about it and force it into happening. And if that's you, you can just drop a yes in the comments. That's me, or whatever you want. I love to see your comments here on this. And if you stick with me, you're going to get to see how this really works, okay? Stay to the end, and you're going to really understand this. So it's made to sound like something very celestial, very out there, and bringing it into down-to-earth terms can be really challenging in a way that you really feel it and see the difference and understand the difference in yourself. Because it's how does it feel? How would it feel in the body? How does it feel? Not just trying to imagine it, but how would it actually feel? So it's the difference. If you're trying to say raise your frequency, you want to feel lighter and easier about something. So you might say, okay, that's this. This is very light. If I'm wearing this, I feel like I put on my magical scarf, which is like a bunch of feathery stuff, doesn't weigh anything, and I can elevate how I feel. I could run across a football field wearing this, and I wouldn't even notice the weight. There's no weight. So that anything that I want is going to simply be like putting this on and flitting around and feeling light and happy in this lovely pink and dancing around because it's light and easy. There's no burden. There's no sense of challenge or difficulty or struggle to raise my frequency. I've put on the high frequency scarf and I can do whatever I want. I can have whatever I want. I'm elevated into a totally new state of being in my scarf. So that's a way of feeling, is having an image of something you love that's really light, that's really weightless in a sense, that you could spend all day in. You wouldn't even notice it was there. It's a way of raising yourself up in that sense. It's just something to play with. If it doesn't work for you, it's okay. Find another weightless kind of thing. Maybe you're thinking of a bucket full of feathers floating that you're carrying. It doesn't weigh anything. It's just feathers. It's light. Now, in contrast, think of walking around. Oops, I nearly lost one here. Walking around with a bucket of old sweet potatoes. Hang on. A bucket of sweet potatoes that you're carrying here. Okay, and they've grown these shoots. These have to go in the ground actually, but I thought, hey, this is what I'm talking about. Would you want to dance around all day carrying? They look fun, but a bucket of these is pretty heavy. It's going to be annoying after a while. This is not going to raise your frequency. I could walk around and say, okay, I'm going to put this on my head and have these things dangling, and it looks really fun and cute, but I wouldn't want to be running across a football field with this on my head, So if I'm trying to feel lightness, think about what feels light. Bring that image home. Lightness, okay? Or not so lightness. It looks light, but it's still a sweet potato. So you want to feel something that's easy and that's light, and that when you have that, you feel that you have elevated in some way. That's really all you're looking for, is a sense of elevation. There's even another word called exaltation, which kind of takes you up into a very transcendent feeling. But to keep it simple, we're just talking about lightness. You know, the bucket of feathers or a bucket of sweet potatoes or a bucket of sand or whatever it is, one versus the other. That's how you can really see and feel the difference. You've got to get out of mentalizing about it. This is what really holds people back from understanding the concept of raising yourself up, raising your frequency. You can just drop out all those words. It's too much terminology to say raising your frequency, raising your vibration. I mean, you know, when you're dancing around at home, yeah, your vibe feels pretty up, you know, when you've heard good news, you heard something great, you feel really happy. All of those things are going to level you up without even a sense of trying to think about it, trying to force it. Oh, I wonder if this is going to work. No, it's that feeling, that natural high kind of feeling that you might even get when you go to when you're by the ocean, or when you're out in nature somewhere. It's that natural lift. It's going to come to you. You see something breathtaking. You see something awe-inspiring in nature. It could be a sunrise. It could be birds flying. Anything like that brings out that sense of wonder, that sense of all potential happening, all possibilities happening. So drop the idea of trying to put the scientific terminology to it, and just go with what feels natural, which feels easy, which feels naturally uplifting, and you're there. Love you, boo. See you in the next video.